Hi, and welcome back to Carving Up the Trails. My name's D. Carver and Bree are playing, so I'm going to do something a little different. But, you know, one thing that we need to do, that we have to do, is we're more budget conscious than, say, Matt McClellan or not Paul Revere, but Rob Revere and Cotty Wample and all them. They're established. They've put in their time. They put in their dues. They have made it to where they are, but I'm sure that they started out the same way I am, is looking for budget-friendly things, and that's what I want to try, kind of start doing, is looking for budget-friendly things that me and Carver can do to better our overlanding situation or our camping situation or even our off-roading situation. So what we're doing today is we're going to build a 4-tire inflator. Me and Carver have already done a 2-car one, or a 2-tire one, and it's just from some things that I had laying around here in my garage. We had this 3/8 air hose, and we already did the 2-tire inflator. We bought these little chucks from Walmart, and then we got the other fittings from Lowe's. I think right now, with all the fittings that we just got and these fittings, I think we're in it for like $50 to $75, something like that. You go look at a Morflate or something like that, you're looking at substantially more than what we have invested in it. So the 2-tire one works good, so we're going to try and do a 4-tire, and we'll let you know if it works out. So there's not a whole lot that you need for this. We got a 1/4 inch to a 1/4 inch ball valve for our air compressor. We got 2 of these little chucks from Walmart. We have just a pressure gauge there. That one's for a pool, but we're going to see if we can make it work. We got a 3/8 inch to a 1/4 inch barbs fittings. Got the 3/8 inch T. Got the 3-way manifold from Walmart. My brother-in-law and sister and her kids got me a hose clamp kit, so I didn't have to pay for those. I got a couple extra hose clamps. Tools that you'll need: some sharp industrial scissors, a couple adjustable wrenches, and then air hose, and then some Teflon tape. So first step is to go measure off how long this needs to be. I started here on the back tire, and I tried to get it to the farthest point that it could possibly be on the back, so right in there, and then I'll stretch my air hose out, try to get it as straight as I can, with maybe getting a little bit of slack, and then so I know I'm gonna need to cut it about right here. So I'm gonna go get my scissors.
This thing on? Hey, everybody. Just go this way.
Alright, so just with good industrial scissors, just get it clean. And then you got 2 clean ends, and then you go put the T on it, and then you get another short segment to go up, and then the rest of it will wrap around the front of the truck. Our idea is to eventually have a compressor in the back of the truck, and so this should be able to just reverse, and so it should be the same distance, and we can just hook it up in the back of the truck. So let me go show you what to do now.
Well, you always got to go get your parents something. My job today, I'm getting a flathead screwdriver, a small one. Oh, that's not one. Oh. Guess that's a flathead screwdriver. There you go, Dad.
I went ahead and did the end, because you didn't need to see that again. So you only need about 1 foot to 18 inches to extend off of the T. So I'm working the T up, and just like the other end, you want it as far up on the collar as you can get it. And you're gonna need a a hose clamp for all 3 T's. That's where I had Carver go get me that little mini screwdriver, because I don't have a, for a couple of these hose clamps that I have, I don't have a nut driver that's exactly the right size. It says 1/4 inch, but once you get it semi-tight on there, it starts walking on it. So get it as far as I can with that, and then I'll finish tightening it here. And because I was dumb, I didn't put the hose clamp on before I started the T, so now I gotta go all the way to the end, and then just do the same thing on this side. See if I can roll this thing, and there we go. That's good and seated now, it looks like. Oh yeah, all the way up there on that shoulder now. So
put that on.
No, I don't want him to curl on me.
Where is he?
Okay, it's right there.
actually it might have just been that one I had. Alright, so got those 2 on there. Now you put your extension on there. Now let me make sure I get a hose clamp on there before I slide it on there. The kids are trying to catch a lizard. Getting a lot of help today. I'm gonna turn y'all off and I'll get this done. These hose clamps are kind of burying in my hands. So, another pro tip, before you put your hose clamps on, go ahead and put all 3 hoses on. That way they're not digging in your hand. Or, be smart, use gloves, unlike me. Alright, so I got my T done. Got my other little extension done here. And then, now I just gotta add in my other end, and then let me open up my splitter here. I'll show you what I'm. So with the fitting, this is going to come off. My pressure gauge is going to go on like that, and then I'll have the 2 coming off. So I'll need to take and get a female fitting on this end, so where it can go into one side and the other one can go in the other side. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is I'll take and get this fitting on the end. I've got a female fitting over there in my toolbox, and then I'm going to take and switch out this for my hose, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Alright, I got it as far in as it'll go. Let's go see if it'll work on the car, on the truck. I got it all put together. You can see goes to all 4 tires, meets here, but my gauge is way off because my tire pressure gauge, you know, little tester or whatever, says I'm at 37, but as you can see here, I'm at, what is that, 41, 42. So I'm gonna see if there's a way to calibrate that gauge. If not, I'm gonna have to see if I can find another gauge. But like I said, I've got $50 to $75 invested in this so far, so that's still a whole lot better than 100. I think the cheapest one I've seen is like $154 or something like that, and that's just for the hoses and the gauge. and I don't even know if that's for the manifold, but we'll keep testing. It does deflate all 4 tires. I'll give you a see, does real good. So I'm sure it'll blow them back up, but I'm gonna see if there's a way I can calibrate this gauge, and I'll let y'all know. It's been a couple weeks since we worked on the inflator, and I found a couple things out when I tested it out. Like our gauge here, our gauge actually worked. It just didn't work very well. The first third, it didn't read very well, but from probably about 25 over to 35, it read very, very accurately. But anything really under 25 to 20, it was off by 2 or 3, maybe in some cases up to 5 psi. And so then my dad has an RV, so we went and tried it out on it, and you put more air in RV tires, and anything over really 35, 40 saw the same thing, and the higher it got, the more inaccurate it got. So the analog gauges, just be aware of that. And so what we did to remedy that is, one, I found these little carrying cases. Let me see which one it is. This is just one of them, but I've got one for the left and one for the right. And then I put my 3-way splitter in one of the bags. So for about the same price, I actually picked up this digital gauge from Amazon. I think it was $12, $13, and this little gauge right here, I believe, was like $11.95 at Lowe's or something like that. So for like $2 more on Amazon, I got a much better gauge. You will have to make sure that your battery, you got a battery or 2 in there, so you got to make sure that that's charged. But you know, you just click it on and it starts reading, and it is extremely accurate. I've used several different gauges that I know are very accurate, and this has been within just 1, maybe 2/10 of a pound of PSI for each of those readings. So it's extremely accurate. But doing this and the 4 tire inflator, that was pretty easy, pretty cheap. I think if I take out the money I spent on this and add the $1 that I spent on this, if you've got an extra hose laying around the house, really you just got to buy the extra fittings in this. I can't remember the exact number, but it was somewhere between $55 to $75 wrapped up in this whole system. Now, we did pick up a small air compressor. It's an older air compressor, kind of like a Viair. Me and Carver, we're going to do a review on that, and kind of a review on our 4 tire inflator as well. So be looking for that. So stick around. Thank you for watching. We're up to a little over 460 subscribers. I think we're at 463 now. Please help me and Carver get to our first goal here of 500. We would love to do that by the summer, because we got some plans to go on some trips. We would like to do the SCAR, maybe take a 1 or 2 day trip and finish up the Georgia Traverse, where we did with Matt Brody last spring with his 2 boys. We ended right outside of Dillon. We'd like to finish that up just to say we've done the whole thing. Maybe do a little bit of the Georgia Adventure Trail. Who knows what all we're going to do. We also would like to put together a charity ride. I've already got a few others that said they would do it. Matt Brody was one, Russ from Adventure Russ, and also Spartan Overland. We're trying to get that in works. We're not sure when that charity ride will be, but it'll be for a veterans-based a veterans-based charity. So be on the lookout for that. But again, help us get to 500. Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. And as Carver says, always stay outdoor. God bless. Have a good day.